When you ask a Trinitarian how there's only one God, if the persons are God and distinct from each other, a common Trinitarian is going to tell you, well, they have one nature. They're like one in their essence. But a more educated Trinitarian is going to tack on things that actually qualify that statement. So they would be like, well, it's really not just that they share an essential set of properties, but that they have the same mind. They have the same will. In Gregory of Nyssa's Not Three Gods, he talked about how they have the same operation, the same energeia, the same act. And it's these things that actually qualify them as one being. Now, on the hypostatic union level, of course, it gets more complicated. Jesus is one person, right, in the Trinity, but he has two minds, two wills. And that's because he has two natures, and they will assert that mind and will are actually properties of nature. Now, this is where everything begins to collapse. Now, this gets a little complicated, but if you think this through, it's actually fairly simple. And the first is that, let's take will, right? So, how could will be only a property of your nature when technically natures don't will? They don't take actions apart from persons, right? So will actually by definition is like a faculty of choice belonging to a person, right? Natures don't will, persons will. It's the same thing with mind, right? Natures don't think, right? Persons think because persons have a mind. And the weird thing here is that Trinitarians believe the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit have their own center of consciousness. Well, consciousness is a property of mind. Okay, so how could they all have the same mind yet three distinct centers of consciousness? And consequently, if they do truly have one mind and will, and their actions are identical to each other, then it's really just functional modalism because it functions as though God were one person, right? They don't have three minds, they have one mind. They're three persons, but they don't have three wills. They have one will, right? They don't even have different acts. Their acts are literally numerically identical to each other. Folks, clearly this is why Unitarianism is the best position, being superior to both Trinitarianism and oneness.